Hello students, a very warm welcome to everyone. In this video, we are going to begin a new chapter from Civics, that is chapter number 4, the Indian Judicial System, Standard 8th. So let's begin our today's session. In the previous chapter, we have discussed in details about legislature and executive. In today's session, we will see about judiciary system, which is also an important organ of the government. So, legislature makes the law and executive implements those law, as we have studied in the previous lessons, okay? And judiciary gives justice. In this chapter, we will learn how judiciary works, provide justice and remove injustice from the society to create and convert into a healthy society. Before that, it is important to understand for everyone that why giving justice is necessary. Children, as we all know that all the people, they different from one another, their opinions, thoughts, perspective. Children, perspective means viewing something from different perspective, belief, faith and culture. If people are tolerant, can avoid conflict. Nowadays, we are becoming more and more intolerant. But if differences of opinion is very sharp, they may lead to conflicts, more severe conflict. Then in that situation they should be resolved impartially and in accordance with the law. And for this purpose we have an unbiased judicial system. Okay children, so now we will see what is the need and importance of judiciary system. First is conflict of interest may arise between individuals and the government, in between two state government and between center at one side and state government one side. Between any two parties that conflict can arise. So a decision or a law made by the government may seem unfair to people and they may approach to the court for the justice. Okay children. Second one is why this judiciary become required or needed. The government tries to implement the objectives of social justice and equality as mentioned in the constitution. Means all these organs work according to the constitution. Okay, the judiciary through its decisions in the certain cases and through active involvement you can support the government, the other organs of the government. It can help and support in implementing those laws for the benefit of people. The court of can help to bring weaker section of the society, that is women, children, differently abled and transgender into the mainstream of the society. Next, to preserve the values of freedom, equality and democracy is strengthened. Democracy, okay. And the next one is rule of law is protected by the judiciary. It means what children? The law treats everyone equally, whether the one is rich or poor, background or forward, man or woman, all are equal before law, and this is expressed clearly through judicial decisions. Next, judiciary helps to protect the rights of people. Means it helps each and every people for their rights. Okay. So now next we will see structure of the judiciary. Okay. India is union of states. The center and the constituent states have a separate legislature and executive. But there is only one judicial system for the whole of India. There is no division of courts between the center and the constituent states. This means that judiciary in India is an integrated system. The Supreme Court is the apex court under which there are high courts. Okay, the high courts control the district court, following which there are lower courts, which are at the bottom of this structure. Hope you understood till here, students. Now the next point we will see Supreme Court. The Chief Justice of India heads the Supreme Court of India. The President appoints the Chief Justice of India and other judges of Supreme Court. By convention, the senior most judge of the Supreme Court is appointed as the Chief Justice. Okay, the judiciary should not work under any kind of pressure. The independence of the judiciary is maintained so as to enable the judges to fearlessly carry out the functions of the giving justice. For this purpose, the Constitution has made the following provisions. First, the Constitution lays down the eligibility criteria for the judges. A legal expert or one having served as a High Court judge or an experienced advocate is considered eligible. Second, judges are appointed by the President. This helps to avoid any political pressure. Third, judges enjoy security of tenure. They cannot be removed from the post for any reason or for political motives. Okay, the retirement age of judges of the Supreme Court is 65 years, while for the High Court it is 62 years. Next, the salaries of judges are drawn from the Consolidated Fund of India. No discussion takes place in Parliament. Okay, then the next one is fifth one, personal criticism cannot be made on judges for their acts and decisions. Contempt of court is considered is a punishable offence. This not only protects the judges from misguided or wrongful criticism but also preserves the independence of the judiciary. And the last one is the Parliament cannot discuss the decision of the judges. However, it has the right to remove the judges from their position through the impeachment procedure. Okay. Children, next we will see functions of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has the responsibility to settle disputes between the center and states on one side and states on other. It gives orders to relevant authorities for protection of the fundamental rights of citizens. It can review decrees and orders of the lower court and also review its own decisions. It can also give advice to the President in case he asks for the advice of the court to understand the legal aspect in matters of public importance. Next we will see judicial review. One of the most important responsibilities entrusted to the Supreme Court is the protection of the Constitution. If any law passed by the legislature or any act of the executive violates any provision of the Constitution, then the said law or act is declared illegal and struck down by the Supreme Court. This power of the court is known as judicial review. Okay, students, the review word itself says what? Review means again view it. Okay. Now next we will see public interest litigation, that is PIL. Public interest litigation refers to litigations filed on issues of public importance. It can be filed by individual citizens, social organizations, or even non-governmental organizations, that is NGOs, on behalf of all the people. The, the court thinks over the questions raised and gives its decisions, means final decisions it gives. Okay. Children, next we will see High Court. The Indian Constitution has conferred the Parliament with the power to establish a High Court in each constituent state in the Union. Do you have any idea how many High Courts are there in India? Yes, currently there are 24 High Courts in India. There is a Chief Justice along with other judges in the High Court. All the judges of the High Court are appointed by the President. Do you have idea about the retirement age of High Court judges? Yes, it is 62 years. Okay. Now, functions of the High Court. First, to supervise and maintain control over the lower courts in its jurisdiction. Number 2, to give orders to protect the fundamental rights of the citizen. And number 3, to give advice to the governor while appointing judges of the district court. Okay. So next we will see district and the lower court. Okay. There are courts at the district and the tehsil, that is taluka level. Every district court has one district judge who is appointed by the governor with the advice of the High Court. Okay. Now we will see the branches of law in India. Number 1, civil law, and number 2, criminal law. Okay, student. Now first we will see civil law. This law deals with conflict which affect or interfere with the rights of a person. Okay. And conflicts regarding land and property, rent agreement, divorce, etc. are resolved by civil law. Next we will see criminal law. Like, what is the criminal law? See, serious crimes such as theft, robbery, dowry, murder, etc. are dealt under criminal law, or you can say categorized under criminal law. In these cases, the first step is to file a first information report, means what? FIR with the police. Then what happened? The police investigates the matter with the help of first information report, that is FIR, and then files a petition in the court. If the charges are proved, there are provisions for severe punishment. Okay, student. Conclusion. The Indian judiciary has made significant contribution in India development of the country. There is respect and trust of the common people in the judicial system of the country, means people have faith in the judicial system of the country. The judiciary has protected individual freedom, the federal system and the Constitution of India. Then they have played a greater role in strengthening the democracy in India. So children, here our lesson is over. I hope you all understood the concept well. If you have any doubt, then ask me during doubt clearing session. So children, let's recall what we have learned today. Point number 1, introduction of judiciary. In that, necessity for judicial system, then structure of the judiciary. Second, Supreme Court. In that, appointment of Supreme Court judges, then provision for protecting the independence of judiciary, eligibility and tenure of Supreme Court judges, then functions of the Supreme Court, then judicial review. Point 3, public interest litigation, that is PIL. The fourth one is High Court. In that, introduction and functions of the High Court. Then we have done District and Lower Court. Then we have done the branches of law in India, that is civil law and criminal law. And the last but not least, that is conclusion. I hope we all understood, means you all understood what we have learned today. Okay student, now here I am giving you one assignment. Kindly do it. Okay children. Question number 1, answer in brief. In that first one, why are law necessary in society? Okay. Then second one, enumerate the functions of the Supreme Court. And the third one is, which are the provisions that preserve the independence of the judiciary? So thank you students. In the next class, we will continue with the lesson number 5, that is the state government. Once again, thank you so much. If you have any doubt, you can clear it during the doubt clearing session. Have a nice day, dear students. Thank you.